one is gravimetric analysis. Gravimetric analysis is a quantitative technique that is meant to accurately identify the concentration of certain chemical in an aqueous solution. It is performed with the selective precipitation of the respective component. How gravimetric analysis is applied in pharmacy? It's used to check the purity of drugs, ensure quality during manufacturing, and develop formulation. This method helps pharmacists measure active ingredients in medication accurately, detect impurities, and maintain product standard for safe and effective treatment.
My name is Wainul Najwa and I'm going to talk about theory of gravimetric analysis. Theodore William Richard is the one who proposed gravimetric analysis, which is to determine the amount of analyte depending on the mass of a solid, and it is quantitative analytical method. Theodore William Richard was the first American to receive the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. There are 4 types of gravimetric analysis. The first one is precipitation method, and the second one is volatilization method. The third one is electrogravimetry method, and the last one is thermogravimetric method. The theory of gravimetric analysis is to estimate the presence of an ion mass in impure compound from the mass of same ion in pure compound.
Okay, first, weigh an accurate amount of the sample using an analytical balance. 2. Dissolve the sample in an appropriate solvent. 3. Add a suitable precipitating agent to the solution to form an insoluble compound containing the analyte of interest. Stir the mixture to ensure complete precipitation. And 5. Heat the mixture to near boiling for a specific period to ensure complete precipitation and improve the purity of precipitate. And then B. Filtration and washing the precipitate. 1. Break a filter paper and record the mass. 2. Pour the supernatant to the solution in the beaker without stirring it onto the filter paper. Leave the precipitate behind as much as possible. 3. Wash the precipitate in the beaker with 100 ml warm distilled water. Pour again the supernatant onto the filter paper. Repeat this step once and then transfer the precipitate quantitatively onto the filter paper. 4. Wash the precipitate in the funnel with warm distilled water until there is no more chloride ion detected in the filtrate. Use silver nitrate solution to test the presence of chloride ion.
So, let we continue on procedure part C, drying and weighing the product. Drying. 1. At an established temperature, often between 110 and 120 Celsius, dry the precipitate and the filter paper in an oven until a consistent weight is obtained. 2. Cool the dry precipitate in a desiccator to prevent moisture absorption from the air. Weighing part. 1. To find the total mass, weigh the filter paper and the dry precipitate together. Then, subtract the mass of the filter paper to obtain the mass of the pure precipitate. The last part is calculation. 1. Calculate the amount of the analyte in the original sample using the mass of the precipitate. 2. To find the analyte mass, use the stoichiometry relationship between the precipitate and the analyte. Lastly, calculate the percentage of the analyte in the original sample using the formula. Mass of original divide by sample mass of analyte times with 100, you will get the percentage of the analyte.
Next, I will continue with result of gravimetric analysis in pharmacy for this experiment, which is 1.52 gram sample ore was taken. Then the symbol was converted to Mn3O4 by some chemical reaction. The Mn3O4 product obtained was weighed and the weight is 0.126 gram. So based on the weight obtained, the percent of Mn3O4 and percent Mn in sample were calculated by next slide. We calculate the percent of Mn3O4. Given mass Mn3O4 obtained is 0.126 gram and the mass sample taken is 1.52 gram. So the percent of Mn3O4 in the sample can be calculated as percent Mn3O4 equal to mass of Mn3O4 divided by mass of sample times 100, and we got 8.29%. Next, to calculate percent of Mn3O4 has molecular weight which is 2 to 8.81 gmol and Mn has molecular weight of 54.94 gmol. So first, we need to find mole of Mn3O4 equal to mass of Mn3O4 over molecular weight Mn3O4, and the answer is 0.00055 mole. Second, calculate mole of Mn equal to mole of Mn3O4 times 3 mole of Mn divide 1 mole Mn3O4. The answer is 0.00165 mole. Then, we find mass of Mn equal to mole of Mn times molecular weight of Mn, and the answer we got is 0.091 gram. So, we can calculate the percent Mn in sample, which is to find percent Mn is equal to mass of Mn over mass of sample times with 100, and we got the 5.99% of Mn.
So, the conclusion that we get from this experiment is gravimetric analysis is a precise technique used in pharmacy to calculate the mass of an analyte in a medication. The process includes dissolving the sample, precipitating the analyte, filtering, drying, and weighing the precipitate. This technique enables accurate and dependable quantification, which is critical for quality control in pharmaceutical manufacture.